Okay, so we'll just go on to a little bit more like practice with our reading part C. And so today in this session, I've just taken, the one whole text. Okay, so we'll just go through those 8 questions and see like how we are able to answer this. Okay. Yes. Okay. So this is the first, the first question, and that the first paragraph which is related to that. The question and the paragraph. Okay. So the question is, the writer places the word controlled in inverted commas to indicate that the virus. Okay, it's something telling about the virus. And okay, yeah, I will give you 2 minutes or like, yeah, 2 minutes to find out the answer.
Is B?
Okay, Harminder is telling B.
It's A. A. A.
A.
Yeah.
Sureka A.
A. Reshma.
Okay, Sureka was telling, oops. Okay.
A, ma'am. Remember.
A.
Priya, A.
Priya?
A.
Okay.
A.
A.
It's A.
Reshma?
Yeah, I already said A.
A. Okay. Okay. So from where did you all find out the answer?
New
It
human
is like in
pathogens
that
are
context when we just would replace this word, this feels better than other things.
Okay, so yeah, because this vocabulary, when they ask, the some meaning of the word, you should like, find the answer which is, like suiting to that context, like appropriate for the context, because you can't, remember or like, memorize all the meaning or something like that. Okay. Okay, so the word controlled. New human pathogens have emerged and previously controlled. Diseases have previously controlled diseases have re-emerged and expanded their range. Okay, and why did you think the second one, Harminder? Do you have an answer?
Sorry for that. New human pathogen have emerged and previously controlled disease have re-emerged or
Have
expanded
started
their
spreading.
range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Anyway, this were better understood in the past will not come, that we can eliminate. Have never truly kept in check. Have never. Just think about, okay. Think about the answer again. Okay. Because it is telling new human pathogens have emerged and previously controlled diseases have re-emerged and expanded their range. Okay. And this question is telling the writer places the word controlled in inverted commas to indicate that viruses. Okay, it is telling that we have to, we have to think why the writer has put this word controlled in that inverted commas. So that is, he's giving some importance to the word controlled. Okay.
The new human pathogens have emerged. So
Yeah.
that
What I can make out is, he has told, like previously the people had thought these diseases were controlled, but it was actually not controlled. That is why these viruses have, came back. Viruses came back to came back, and we had some other pandemic outbreaks. So that is why this is, the controlled is indicating that these viruses actually these viruses were never actually kept in check. Actually, there was some, some viruses where somewhere it was, surviving still, but people were thinking it was controlled. Can you make out that? What do you all think?
Yeah, maybe in the aspect of viruses, it's true. I have never truly kept in check.
Yeah, the virus.
We all thought about
That is
this
why
as
the answer
control
they have
disease.
given us C,
Yeah.
because this we can this like the inverted commas is, I mean, the word control diseases is given in a it is not as a positive meaning. It is given. It is telling that people, we have thought that it was controlled, but actually it was not controlled. That is like controlled diseases. I think that is why, and also the question is asking, we have to relate this the word controlled diseases to the viruses actually. So the virus have come back again. It's not like actually coming back. It was somewhere, it was surviving, and but it is it is a little bit tricky question actually. That's what I think. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Now second one. Okay. Next question. Okay. So in the first paragraph, the writer suggests effective responses to disease outbreaks.
It's either B or C, I think.
Okay, so what is Reshma telling? B or C?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's
See,
pardon?
So C.
Okay,
Harminder is
is
C.
telling C. Reshma thinks it's either B or C. Okay.
see, ma'am.
Okay, Vimala, is it B?
See, ma'am.
C. Okay, okay. C. Okay.
Priya beam.
B. Mhm. C. Okay. Jinsi?
B.
B. Okay. So,
B. Sureka B.
okay. Sureka also B. And Reshma also B. Sorry, Jinsi also B. Okay. All right. Okay. So we'll just see. Okay, so the paragraph that the sentence that is starting is from here, isn't it? Planning for an effective response. Okay, just tell me. Okay, so the writer suggests. Okay, so this is asking about the writer's suggestion. Effective responses to disease outbreaks. Okay, what is it telling? Okay, first one, require the development of new vaccines. Is there anything that is telling about vaccines here?
No.
No.
Okay, so there is actually a word vaccination here only, but it is no, there is nothing told in this related to this. Okay, they need to be wide ranging in scope. Okay, let it be there. We'll come back. Okay, aren't presently well organized. Is that telling anything like an organization is poor?
Actually, the
They are not
last
telling
line
it
when
is poor, but they are questioning the
are all these
response.
pieces of the plan currently in
Okay,
place?
are all these pieces of the plan currently in place? Okay, this is only the statement that the writer is making, which can be related to see just meaning, like, when we think about the meaning in the context. Maybe impossible to achieve. Is it telling something like that?
No.
No.
They are telling it's complex but not
Yeah, it
impossible.
is complex, but it is not like telling it is impossible to achieve. But when you think about this answer B, okay, this answer B, just read the sentence. Okay, it's complex and requires extensive. Okay, so the B is coming here. Extensive engagement between all these these healthcare professionals and the jurisdictional and then federal agencies and all those. Okay, so these people, so there it is. I mean, he's telling that the effective response for this responses to disease outbreaks needs, and the involvement of different healthcare professional, or like, and also different professionals for that. So that is why this answer is correct, because it needs a wide range. Okay, it needs to be wide ranging in scope. You need to include a variety of people to achieve that. What does the writer indicate about the 2009 influenza pandemic in Australia? Okay.
D.
What is that, Pimla?
D, ma'am. D.
D. Okay.
Last one.
D.
Yeah, I'm also thinking that it's D.
D.
Reshma.
I think D.
D. Any other answers?
D, ma'am. D,
B or D?
D, 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 D.
D. Okay, Harminder is telling D. Okay.
C or D, ma'am?
Also D. Mhm. Jinsi? Jinsi? Are you confused?
Yes, I confused.
All right. Okay, let's see then. Mm. All right. Okay. So Jinsi is a bit confused. So we'll just see. Okay. Anyway, so the first one. Okay. What does the writer indicate about the 2009 influenza pandemic in Australia? It was worse than initially predicted. Can you believe?
It was higher than usual rates, but it was mild.
Yeah, it was mild. Okay, so that is telling that it was mild. Okay, so this is like, I think, exactly the opposite kind of information that is there. Okay, okay, so this will not be the answer. It was similar to previous outbreaks overseas.
No, as the spectrum of disease became apparent. Yes.
I couldn't find this thing. It was similar to previous outworks.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't telling anything about that, but it was telling something. There was a Spanish influenza, like
Yeah.
worst case scenario, but it was not telling. It was not related to some other outbreaks.
Oh,
Okay, so there
okay.
is some mentioning about because this overseas is given here because they have mentioned some other place. Okay, right. Okay. So maybe, okay, so anyway, this is not given. Now, it demonstrated how unprepared various systems were.
Actually, yeah, now I'm confused. When this pandemic reached our states and tertiaries at different times, leading to staggered and varied response and pointing to clear gaps and challenges.
Okay, what is that? Okay, yeah, the pandemic reached our states and at different times, leading to staggered and varied responses and pointing to clear gaps and challenges in logistics and governance. Okay,
Yeah.
it demonstrated how unprepared various systems were. Is it telling that this pandemic was this is the question is the writer is telling indicating about this one. Okay, so this influenza pandemic. So did this show or demonstrated that how unprepared Australia was or the systems in Australia were? So that is relating to this statement, but
Yeah.
we'll come
But
back.
his
Okay.
focus is shifted from the containing to mitigation strategies is the main point he wants to indicate.
Yeah. So yeah. So now coming on to the last sentence, it's resulted in changes being made to the method of approach. Okay, so their method of approach we can see. Okay, this one. Okay, as the spectrum of disease became apparent, the existing plan, okay, which has been based on this was modified. Okay, and the focus shifted from the containing or limiting. So the approach has already changed. Okay, so this this pandemic has given them a new way of approach. Okay, they have because of this pandemic they have changed their pattern of, or like the way they have trying to control the disease. Okay, so this is a place where you can find the information related to D actually. And now you have to compare C and D and think like which one can be the right.
D.
Yeah, I think D is the most appropriate one.
Yeah.
Because it is telling, because this has resulted in changes being made to method of approach. Okay, how they have, the modification they have done. Right, okay, all right, okay. Now, just go on to the next. Okay. What problem did the review into the 2009 pandemic identify? Okay, the problem which this, the review has identified.
A.
I feel it is C.
C, okay.
A or C, ma'am. I'm
What is that,
confused
Vimla?
between A or C. I'm confused
A or
between
C.
these two.
A or C, okay. Okay.
A or C.
What is it, Reshma?
Uh, stuck in between A or C.
A
Maybe.
or C. Okay, so
A or
there's an
C.
answer A or can be C.
I'm confused between C and D.
C and D, Priya. Okay.
C or D?
Let's see, C or D. Okay. All right. Okay. And Harminder?
I'm confused.
Okay. So,
And
okay. Let's
yeah,
see then. Okay. The first option. Too many essential services were shut down during the incident. It is telling something like, the closures of workplace, isn't it?
Yes,
Something
disruptive intervention.
Okay. Now just go back to the option again. Too many essential services were shut down during the incident. Now then go back again to the statement where we have found the option. Okay. So the review also recommended set of overarching ethical principles to guide resource allocation in alignment with community expectation and values, and to identify feasible interventions that are not disproportionately disruptive to society. Okay, that are not. Okay, and then they have mentioned like what exactly they meant by that. Disruptive interventions include social distancing measures such as school and workplace closures. So they are telling identify feasible interventions that are not disruptive.
Yes.
Okay, not disruptive. And the disruptive is, for example, this shutdown of this workplace and school. So they are telling not to do that.
Okay.
Okay, so this is exactly opposite, and so that will not come. Then media services fueled a certain level of anxiety in the community.
Couldn't find anything about.
Okay, yeah, we couldn't find anything related to the media. I remember like some there related to that community and consistent messaging are there, but it is not actually related to that. Okay, so now, okay, we'll just go on to the D. Okay, some individuals acted in a way that demonstrated a lack of principles. Where can you relate it to that?
in the last
Ethical principle. Ethical
Yes, ethical
principle.
principle. Yeah, only there I could find a word like ethical principles here, so that can be okay. But Harminder, I did hear from I think somebody. I thought it was
yeah, the review also recommend development of a set of
overarching ethical
overarching
principles. Okay, to guide, but it is
right
not telling that some individuals acted in a way
lack of
lack of principles were there.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so actually it was not telling that. Okay, then we can think maybe this is the answer, but we need to be very sure about this. There wasn't enough consultation with the people who needed it most. Where can you find the answer?
The last failure to engage key population at
Failure to
risk,
Yes,
including
failure to
yeah,
engage
failure.
key population at risk. Okay, that was recognized as critical deficiency. So this is now, this is the place where you can see the answer C. And it is clearly mentioned failure to engage key population at risk was recognized as a critical deficiency. And in the question is what problem did the review in this one identify? And this is telling this problem, this pandemic recognized this. Okay, so for sure we know this is the answer. Okay, C. Okay, hope that is clear. Now we'll just go on to our next question. 11. Okay. The writer explains that the Australian Health Management Plan for Pandemic Influenza, and you just need to find out the answer.
A.
Harvinder is thinking it is A.
Even A, ma'am. Couldn't find any other option. C, ma'am. Priya.
C.
A. Reshma.
What is it?
A.
A.
B.
Hmm.
A.
Okay, Jinsi thinks it is A. Okay, so all of you there. Okay, yeah. The writer explains that the Australian Health Management Plan for Pandemic Influenza was created by health professionals to assist the general public. So again, the thing is here, isn't it? It was developed in consultation with key stakeholders, practitioners. Okay, so this is the place where we can find the option A. Okay, because Sureka and, okay, I mentioned somebody like here. Okay, sorry, that is Priya, isn't it? Okay. Okay, so yeah, why is this answer? I mean, you have not selected this answer, Sureka and Priya.
So they have developed these plans, but they didn't
Okay.
apply this so far.
Okay. It is telling that created by health professionals to assist the general public. Okay.
But it is present since 2009, so I think the CEO hasn't it been used in live response situation.
No. What I am asking is why this? Because they have not selected this A. So then I thought like I'll ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there
No,
any?
I thought the leaders decision making under the leadership of AH. I didn't see the practitioner groups, the word.
Okay.
So
So if you have seen that, you would have like taken that.
yes,
Because on your is that
I thought the committee and committee will make the major decisions. So I
okay?
simply
Okay. 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 What was that Sureka's opinion about CA?
A, it is like they have not mentioned anything about general public, and the key is like some Australian health protection.
Yeah, somebody else is making, but they are just consulting with these healthcare professionals.
Yeah.
But not these healthcare professionals are not creating this. Okay, they are not creating this, and also it is nothing mentioned about the general public. But we can think like maybe they are making it for the general public. But this is they are this word create, and this is like they are just consulting with them, and oops, sorry. Okay, right. Now, okay, so the A will not be the answer, okay? Then we'll come on to the C, okay, hasn't yet been used in a live response situation. Where can you find this option? Is that given?
I eliminated because of the year, like much has happened since 2009.
Okay,
So
okay. So hasn't yet been used in a live response situation. So you think it was not used yet? The plan recommendations on the use of infection control
No, ma'am,
measures,
from the
including
2009
antivirus vaccines,
experience they
are
were
based
using.
on a wealth of national and international evidence emerging from the 2009 experience. They are using these from the one experience that that they had in 2009, and then they developed this in 2014. So this is actually they have already done it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, like some of them, they have used this one. Okay. Is largely used to improve communications. Is there anything mentioned about it?
No.
They have no mentions to
They
improve
have not mentioned. Okay.
communication.
Now, is used as a means of developing future inoculations.
They told about vaccine, but
Okay. Maybe Sureka can answer because she has answered. Like she thought it can be the answer.
You're asking about B, right?
Yeah, B. Yeah.
It is like they have told in the last line that strengthening the national medical stockpile and ensuring onshore vaccine manufacturing capacity to safeguard against the emergence of novel influenza virus. So like they are strengthening is like they are developing things.
Yeah.
Or future inoculation is like they are talking something about vaccines.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, from there only you will get the answer. A little bit, it is a little bit indirect, but so because the others are not the answer. Because when you think this healthcare professionals, it is given here, all the health department and all those words, it is, very easily misunderstandable. Like, you can misunderstand that can be the answer. Okay, so B is the answer because of the last statement. Okay, so we got like few more minutes and let's do that again. Okay, just one more question maybe. Yeah, so this is actually easy actually. So the word roadmap. Oh, sorry. Okay, so
No.
Okay. No, I'll just show the other question. Okay, so the same thing, and the word roadmap.
A guide A.
Okay, so Rekha thinks it is A.
guide, ma'am.
Okay, Priya. These are kinds of like, vocabulary when they ask, you can just like guess the answer relating to the context. Okay.
It's a guide.
Okay, guide.
A, guide.
Guide.
A is a guide.
Me A as well.
Guide. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, because the roadmap is something we can relate it to, like which can give a direction, and it's not like telling anywhere significant and widely used, then extremely effective. Okay, this word is relating to something giving direction or so then okay, A is the answer. Good.